It is Tuesday, January 29th, 2019. And after this is, by the way, the vlog that takes your 30,000 to a million every step of the way. So after a relatively disappointing day yesterday, we're down about, I don't know, $500. Today, it's been a blockbuster of a day and we're up over 1,000. So we're making up some of those losses. The big culprit here is actually Apple announced earnings, and as we'll find out right now, um, you can see the after hours action here. It's up over, it's up over almost $9, 5.69%. It was almost $165. Now it's dropped down to 163 and 48 cents. So as you can see here, total return $700.18 from today's after hours action. Basically, it was a bit negative in the beginning, so probably $800 swing or so on the position. However, it's a little bit misleading because the options value has not changed yet from negative, 145. It's probably going to be like negative 200 or something, or more, negative 300. So the gain is actually not that big because the value of the call is going to um, increase because it's so much closer to the spot price of Apple. So there's going to be a change there. So we can't really say that this gain is very honest, but so right now it's reflected in the portfolio, and I'm marked at $48,000, 914.87, which is a new record. We were at 49 for a blink of an eye earlier today when I was checking day count. So we did break through the intraday $49,000 mark, but we'll go off of this for today, which is still pretty pleased with. Another interesting thing is that's happening is that precious metals are still gaining. And as you can see, EXK finally decided to move up a little bit instead of down yesterday on a silver up day. It moved down, which is very curious. But now it's leveled off at 210, which is not as big of a gain that I've been hoping for, but if my hypothesis is correct and silver does go up to about $18, then this has no way to stay this low. Endeavor will go to like $3. But at that point, I'm thinking of selling off most of the position because um, I think it's just going to be a short term spike, kind of like 2017. Let me see, where was it? Maybe I'm wrong here. Yeah, um, 2016. It might be one of these, right? From January 2016 to August, or it could be one of these, February to June 2018. But I'm thinking it's gonna not be that big and it's gonna be more steeper. So I think it's gonna be steeper. So we'll see if that happens or not. Long term, I'm not gonna make any predictions, but this is my short term thesis for the next let's say I want to say a couple months. All right, $18 silver in a couple months, and then I'm selling off because I think it'll go back down. There are a lot of the reason why is I think a lot of the miners are just waiting to turn on mines, and people want to increase production. It's just not worth it at current prices. There's a lot of production just waiting on a pipeline. So, there's stories going around in the resource sector how like, um, exploration hasn't really produced any results, and there just isn't enough silver and gold and all these resources in the earth. But I know that there at the same time I know there are plenty of reserves. They're just not feasible at current prices, right? If the price was a little bit higher, then there'd be a lot of projects. And the same goes for uranium. and any metal really. There are tons of deposits out there. They're just not economical. So as soon as silver goes towards 18 or above, there's going to be a lot of production incentivized, and it's going to drop back down. If silver does climb, it's going to, over the very long term. I mean, it might, but it's going to be full of these type of spikes that are a result of decline and overall commodity production, commodity metals for industrial use that swing up and down based on economic variables and conditions. All right, so that's about the precious metal sector. So EXK was up, and the other big holding is wheat and precious metals that I have from the resource sector here, and they're up over $20, which means I have one contract sold, $20 contract for 215 February 15th, which means that I'll be taking, if the price stays over $20, I'll be taking 100 shares off of my holding, and I'll be automatically selling them. I'll be left with only 133 shares. My current value of the holding is 4,000 and almost $700. So that's the big news of the day. Everything else is kind of like a non-event. Um, China was flat. Yeah, everything else is basically a non-event. There's been some shakeup in the my holdings as far as biggest gainers is concerned. As you can see now, Apple was way down here in like 7th or 8th place, but now it's contributed to my second biggest gain after this after hours. And then wheat and precious metals has skyrocketed to the top. C-SPAN is no longer the top since I've sold 100 shares. I'm sorry, no, not C-SPAN. I haven't sold C-SPAN shares, chemical. C-SPAN is up on third place with $583 gains, and chemical was up there, but I sold half of the position, so it automatically sold through my execution of the options call. So this is what the current lineup is. You can see the equity here, obviously Apple at the top with over 16,000, the biggest position right now. Then we have the RSX, the Russian fund, um, with almost 5,000. Then Wheaton Precious Metal, 4,700. And then EXK. So a lot of precious metals here right now that I'm looking to offload in the next couple months. I think it's going to really help me boost the portfolio higher. And I really want to beat the market, and I really want that 1.5% per month mark in gains. So that's my goal. Um, I still have over $8,000 worth of cash that I'm looking to deploy cleverly. If I can't find a place for it in the next couple of days, I might just put it in the GSY fund and let it sit until I come up with something better. I want to sell puts on Spotify, but it's a little bit elevated right now. You can see the 1 month chart is up 15%. Um, so I mean, I don't know about the valuation. I just know that I really like the product. I don't know the company inside and out. I think they have some considerable debt, but they have kind of like this Amazon model where they want to use up all the resources they have for growth. So anyway, um, I do want to sell puts against it because it's very lucrative. They're worth a lot, and I want to sell more than just the one I have right now. As you can see, this one has a $105 liability left, but I've already gained $170 on this one put sell contract. Um, it lasts a little bit less than a month. I have a couple of weeks left on it, and it's already returned $170 because Spotify's been going up a little bit. So we'll see how that goes in the future, whether it runs out, it expires worthless, or it becomes so devalued that I just rebuy it. That's what I might do. I do have some Spotify position. I have 10 shares, you can see over here. All right, so that's the outlook. I'm just waiting for really the precious metals elevation of prices, especially silver, and I want to get rid of a lot of EXK and WPM. I have 100 shares already set to sell at February 15th at $20, which I've reached that mark already, and I might sell the other 200. Let me go to WPM again so you can see what I'm talking about. WPM, Wheaton Precious Metals. So it's at 2014 right now. 100 of them are going to be sold pretty soon, February 15th, and then I might sell another 100 if the price goes up really high. Then I'll be left with 33, which I might sell if the price goes extremely high, and it probably won't. And same thing with Endeavor. I don't have any calls sold. Oops, wrong company. I don't have any calls sold against Endeavor Silver, but I will probably if the price steadily climbs. If it's like starting to skyrocket, I might just take some off the table so I don't miss that window of opportunity to sell. But I mean, it's tough to say at what price I'll be selling, and just we'll see how it goes. But I'm expecting a little spike here, and probably around the $3 level. So I'll probably unload most of the shares at around $3. And we'll see. I mean, if it skyrockets, it skyrockets. I just don't see it at the moment. All right. Well, this video is already running pretty long. I hope you guys got a good update of what's happening. Happy to report a new record sold. Make sure that, again, you don't take any of these trades that I say and use them for your own, and because this is not financial advice, and trading the market is risky, especially playing with options, and make sure you know what you're doing or consult with your financial advisor, etc. All right, happy to report new record. Hopefully tomorrow is as forgiving of a day as today, and I'll see you all later. Peace out.